Erik Ten Hag has named 3 Manchester United players who must step up in order for the club to register more major silverware. United lifted the Carabao Cup last term in Ten Hag's first season as manager, and they came close to another trophy with a runner-up finish in the FA Cup. The Red Devils could finish the current campaign without a trophy, though, having crashed out of Europe and this season's Carabao Cup. Ten Hag's side are miles behind Premier League leaders Liverpool, and this year's FA Cup is likely to be their only chance of securing a trophy in 2023-24. United traveled to top-flight side Nottingham Forest on February 28th in the 5th round as they look to reach the final at Wembley for the second year in a row. Speaking ahead of that match, Ten Hag has hailed 3 youngsters, Kobbie Mainoo, Rasmus Højlund, and Alejandro Garnacho, but has told the trio that they must go up a level if they are to help bring more trophies to Old Trafford. I think they enjoy to play together adventure. They want to do it together, Ten Hag said in his press conference on Thursday. They want also to pass the ball to each other and that everyone can play to the qualities and score goals. It is brilliant they want to do it together, and that is the key. Young players. The future for Manchester United is quite bright with talent on board. You have to develop it. This club wants to achieve a lot. This club wants to win trophies. Very ambitious. So they have to step up and bring high levels. Also, against the best opposition, they have to express the same threat, and it is about end product. Manchester United are prepared to pay $70 million to sign Ivan Toney from Brentford in the summer transfer window, according to reports. United are keeping tabs on Toney, monitoring his situation for the rest of the season, but face a battle with Arsenal and Chelsea to bring him to Old Trafford. Toney scored 20 Premier League goals last season and recently returned from an 8-month ban for breaching the Football Association's rules on betting. Brentford boss Thomas Frank admits that Toney will likely be sold at the end of the season, but previous reports have indicated the Bees want $100 million for him. United's new minority owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who has taken over football operations, does not think Toney is worth that much, the Daily Star have reported. It is understood that the British billionaire values Toney at around $70 million, so Brentford must drop their price tag if United are to sign the Englishman. But that may be unlikely given that there is a 3-way fight for Toney's signature, with Arsenal and Chelsea still thought to be keen on the player after both sides failed to secure a deal in January. United are mainly looking to bring in stars entering the final year of their contracts this summer, as part of Ratcliffe's squad rebuild. Bayern Munich's Erik Ten Hag has confirmed that Aaron Wan-Bissaka may not make his Manchester United return in this weekend's Premier League clash with Aston Villa after the defender appeared to pick up a problem in training. To think, an injury crisis which had derailed the early months of Manchester United's season was supposed to be easing. After welcoming Casemiro, Luke Shaw, and Harry Maguire back into the squad, Ten Hag then lost Lisandro Martinez for potentially up to 2 months. Martinez will obviously play no part in Sunday's trip to Villa Park. And while Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not yet officially out himself, the right-back is certainly doubtful after pulling out of training on Thursday. Aaron Wan-Bissaka today was training, Ten Hag tells the Man United website. But then he dropped out, so I don't know, in this moment, where he is and what is the diagnosis. Wan-Bissaka has missed both of United's last 2 Premier League games, the 4-3 triumph over Wolves and the Alejandro Garnacho-inspired hammering of West Ham. Fortunately, in his absence, Diogo Dalot has produced 2 of his finest performances of the campaign, making one stirring defensive block to deny Jarrod Bowen an almost certain goal last time out. Ten Hag also confirms that neither Mason Mount nor Tyrell Malacia, both long-term absentees, will be ready to make their return against an Aston Villa side stunned by Chelsea in the FA Cup in midweek. It remains to be seen who will be tasked with stepping into Martinez's boots in the left-sided center-back role. Ten Hag could opt for Maguire or Victor Lindelof. There is also Luke Shaw, but it seems unlikely he will slot in due to the lack of cover in the left-back spot at present. It is a setback, Of course, Licha was just returning. Ten Hag sighs. You see his contribution to the team when he is playing. He brings, apart from his technical skills, also a mentality in the team. It is a big setback for Licha. He is very disappointed, but he is a fighter, and he will back. He will be back stronger. We think he will still be back by the end of the season. There are games to play, so as a squad, we have to replace him. We have very good players in that position who will play there and perform there, and as a squad, we have to deal with it. We have options, good center halves in our squad. The others are also available. Luki can also play there. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's $1.3 billion minority takeover of Manchester United is expected to be ratified in the coming weeks, and the Ineos chairman has a three-point plan for the Red Devils. The era of Sir Jim Ratcliffe at Manchester United nears as his $1.3 billion minority takeover is expected to be approved soon. The Ineos chairman is planning big changes at Old Trafford, including a revamp of the Red Devils' 114-year-old home. But it's his plans for the pitch that will really shape his reign, and he's already preparing to make waves in the transfer market, the Mirror reports. Manchester United are set to repeat the strategy that saw them snap up Mason Mount for a bargain price last summer from rivals Chelsea. According to ESPN, Ratcliffe is focusing on players nearing the end of their contracts, like Bayern Munich's Joshua Kimmich, Lille striker Jonathan David, and highly rated midfielder Kieran Thuram, who plays for Ineos-owned Nice. The club decided not to enter the January transfer window due to fears of breaking financial rules, as Erik Ten Hag's side continue to suffer with injuries, with the recently returning Lisandro Martinez ruled out for 2 months after suffering a knee injury in their 3-0 win against West Ham this past weekend. Additionally, Ratcliffe is thinking about asking the UK government for a hand to fund a massive makeover of Old Trafford. He's got his eye on a whopping $2 billion investment to turn Manchester United Stadium into the Wembley of the North. The Telegraph says that Ratcliffe, 71, wants to make Old Trafford the jewel of northern football with a top-notch upgrade. The boss of Ineos might ask Parliament to include Old Trafford in the Levelling Up program, which aims to sort out the lack of funding in the north. Even though he's not really keen on moving, Ratcliffe thinks that fans would be okay with a new ground being built right next to the Red Devils' beloved home. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is one